Hello, hello, hello there. It is Jude again with some War Thunder gameplay. I'm playing the Curtiss Wright 21. Pretty good aircraft. Climbs very well, as you can see. We are just ascending in altitude a bit, getting ready for what I believe to be one of my greatest matches. Even though I didn't get the most kills or the most assists, but it was just super satisfying to do this incredible teamwork. So first off, we start climbing, and we keep climbing using the CW21's most amazing performance, which is its engine, and we basically climb right above everyone. Yeah. So we keep climbing for a bit. Still climbing. I'll skip ahead just a little bit because nothing really happens. And so, as you can see, we stay steady climbing until around about 5,000, 6,000 meters. And right now, we're diving to help one of our teammates. I see the Spitfire. I pop a few shots into him. He turns away, trying to get him away from my teammate. My teammate kills him. And so I climb up so I can use that energy advantage to dive back down onto the second spit that he has right behind him. And what he's expertly doing is he's running away a bit from the spit, so he's baiting him into following him. And right now, I'm waiting for a good opportunity to shoot. I shoot a bit and I damage him a bit. The guns aren't that great, so I spray for a little bit and I damage him some more. We climb back up again into a split S. The other CW21 does the same, using his energy advantage, and we dive right back down onto him, and we spray him again, both at the same time. I hit him a couple more times, and we kill him for the first kill of our match. He says thank you in chat. I congratulate him for his teamwork. Look at him for a bit. He's also on the CW21, and we know the drill. I see this I-15. He's currently struggling with his teammates, and we use that energy advantage that we have and the huge amount of horsepower that we have to climb. It's what you would normally do in the CW21. And so we stay climbing for a bit, and then I see it's like a 3v1 because the I-15 just has no help. So me and this teammate decide to dive and try and save this guy. And so, as you can see in chat, we decide to help him. So we both dive at a huge rate of speed, and we're trying to figure out which target to go for first. I take a little bit of a shallower dive, just so I don't plunk it into the ground. I see this P-40, he's not doing much. I hit him a bit, just damage him. We both go for the same guy. Next target, Hurricane, which we also damaged. I almost get hit by my own teammate. He goes for the Hurricane, I go back up to target the P-40 again, which crashes into the ground. And then I go for the Hurricane, trying to hit him, but I'm missing because my aim is bad. I climb back up, look back around. My teammate's trying to hit him. I hit him, set him on fire, and that's a job well done. CW21, pretty good plane at this BR. What else do I have to say about it? I mean, besides having the advantage of being in the Chinese Air Force tech tree, which means that you get both Axis and Allied planes, which is kind of OP. And so I congratulate him in the chat for the good teamwork. I have 3 assists, 1 kill, and I go into a little bit of a climb. Nothing too steep for the CW21. I look around, try to see if there's any more enemies. We still climb for a bit, so we'll just skip ahead for this, and then we turn back around to the enemy airfield just to see if there's anyone there. And I start explaining the sort of characteristics of this and how this reminds me of another great aircraft I might play in the future called the HE 200, I believe. Or no, the HE 200. And basically the HE 200, it works in the reverse way of the CW21, where the CW21 has an amazing climb rate. The HE 200 or the HE 100, I forget sometimes, but the HE 100 has an amazing dive speed. It can probably keep up with some jets in this game in a dive. But yeah, me and Lord Warcrimes, the other CW1 pilot, are sort of debating about which plane is better. And right now, we have a blind hunt out on the Hurricane. So we climb. I'm not gonna strafe him on the runway because that's just kind of cruel. We're too good for that. So I climb just a little bit just to get that energy advantage. We stay steady climbing for a bit. I'll zoom past this bit. And we wait for him to take off. Once he takes off, that sort of signifies that, hey, I'm still in the fight, guys. I want to fight. So as soon as he's off the runway, he has some speed, we're going to go for it. So we steady wait for him to get off the runway. And once we see that he's off the runway and he has some speed, we go back down for him. I look around to check my surroundings, make sure no one's behind me, and we look down at him. I first decided I was going to do a little bit of an ascending spiral to rob him of his energy, but then I just decided to go for it anyways. There's no harm in it, but an ascending spiral will allow your enemies to run out of speed, they stall, and you can just accurately hit them from above. I'm more of an aggressive player. I don't do those silly tactics. I just go for it. And so right now we hit him a few times. We're not gonna get every shot because my aim's not great. We begin climbing, and out of nowhere, this KI-43 comes, and he just absolutely goes for it. And this is probably one of the luckiest / greatest dogfights I've ever been in. So I'm fighting a 2v1 right now with the Sea Hurricane, which isn't doing much, and the KI-43, which I gotta be very worried about. He's much lighter than me. It's arguably a better plane in this situation that I put myself in. I try to go for the sort of bait his shot, try and get him to overshoot. He doesn't fall for it, and he turns right in with me. I go for a climb. He also climbs with me. I'm trying to get him to miss, but he's pretty much hitting most of those shots. I roll around a little bit, trying to throw his aim off. It doesn't work. And I have engine damage now, as you can see right now. So I'm currently absolutely struggling to keep myself out of his guns. He still hits me, and he keeps hitting me. And I think because the CW21 is actually really somewhat durable, I can sort of stay in this fight. And I pop out the landing flaps, and he starts to overshoot. But since his plane is so light, he can just climb away and re-engage me. But instead of re-engaging, he turns back in, and I try to get the shot. It doesn't work. So now we're in the sort of prolonged scissors, effectively. And, well, he tries to go for the reversal. I shoot him a little bit and I hit him. And now we're both climbing, but because his aircraft is lighter, he can do things like this, and I simply can't. I have engine power, but since my engine is damaged, it's not going to do much. He rolls around. I roll, I miss his guns. And he should have pulled up way earlier then. I don't know why, and I managed to hit him with that. But it's not going to put him down because the CW-21's guns aren't amazing. I roll to bait the shot, and he misses, thankfully, and I roll back on him again, but this time he's a bit smarter and doesn't fly directly into my path, and this BF-109 saves me by distracting him for a bit, and so I put a few shots in him. I lost my flap, so the plane flies really weird now. And so I'm trying to hit this, but the plane rolls because of my flap. And so I have engine damage, so I'm struggling to get my plane, or keep it in the air for a little bit. And he bonks into the ground, giving me the kill, which kind of was unsatisfying, but it was pretty good. Alright, take care.